Well, they're smart, but they're not smart enough. Oh, my microphone's broken. And that's why we're all working with Treasury, with all these different departments, to find the criminal conspiracy.
Okay. I'm just given. I was just given a note by the Secretary of State saying that we're very close to a deal in the Middle East, and they're going to need me pretty quickly. So I will take a couple of more questions.
It is official. Israel and Hamas have signed off on what Donald Trump calls the first phase of his Gaza peace plan. The deal announced on Truth Social late Wednesday promises two immediate steps: the release of all hostages starting this weekend and an Israeli troop pullback to an agreed line inside Gaza. Trump hailed it as a great day for Israel, the Arab world and the United States, thanking mediators from Qatar, Egypt and Turkey. Around 48 hostages remain in Gaza. 20 are believed to be alive. Under the deal, all living hostages and the bodies of those killed are set to be released in the coming days. Hamas says the handovers could begin as early as Saturday, while Trump says he expects all hostages to be returned by Monday. The deal includes a massive prisoner exchange as well. Israel is set to release nearly 2,000 Palestinian detainees, including 250 serving life terms. Hamas has demanded the release of high-profile figures like Marwan Barghouti. The first step, however, is Israeli withdrawal. Within 24 hours of cabinet approval, the army is expected to pull back from most of Gaza. Only then will Hamas begin handing over hostages. The agreement comes 2 years after Hamas's October 7 cross-border attack that killed 1,200 Israelis and led to more than 250 hostages being taken into Gaza. Israel's devastating response killed over 67,000 Palestinians, flattened entire neighborhoods, and sparked accusations of genocide by UN experts. Even as Trump made the announcement, Israeli strikes continued in Gaza City. Smoke rose over Shejaiya, Tufa, and Zaytun, a reminder that the ceasefire is not yet in effect. Reactions poured in. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres called it a desperately needed breakthrough, but stressed that the suffering must end once and for all. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said the deal brings profound relief, but urged that humanitarian aid must flow without any delay. Australia, Canada, New Zealand and India all welcomed the deal as a first step. Arab nations insisted it must pave way for Palestinian statehood. This is only the beginning. Trump's wider 20-point peace framework includes Gaza reconstruction with daily aid convoys, Board of Peace led by Trump and former leaders like Tony Blair to oversee governance, demilitarization of Hamas and other armed groups. But certain issues remain unresolved. The timing of Israel's full withdrawal, Hamas's refusal to disarm, and the future of Palestinian statehood. The Gaza breakthrough comes just 24 hours before this year's Nobel Peace Prize announcement. Trump has made no secret of his obsession with the award, repeatedly calling himself the Peace President and reminding audiences that 4 other US presidents already hang on Oslo's walls. But analysts say that Trump will not be this year's choice. Nominations closed in January before he returned to power. His Gaza deal could make him a contender next year, not tomorrow. Speculation around the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize centers on 3 kinds of candidates. On the ground in conflict zones, Sudan's emergency response rooms, volunteers risking their lives to feed and shelter civilians in a war-torn country. Among individuals, Yulia Navalny, widow of slain Russian dissident Alexei Navalny, has emerged as a symbol of resistance against authoritarianism. And on the institutional side, international bodies like the OSCE's election monitoring arm, the International Court of Justice, and even UN agencies such as UNHCR and the UNRWA are seen as possible winners. The Nobel Committee has been known to lean towards micro-efforts, grassroots peacework, humanitarian relief, or global justice initiatives, especially in years when strongmen dominate headlines. That trend suggests the award may go to actors who embody classic peace ideals: human rights, democracy, freedom of the press, and the fight against famine. For now, hostages are expected home this weekend. Israel is preparing to pull back troops, and Trump, who's invited to address Israel's parliament, is likely to fly to the region within days. What happens after the initial celebrations will decide if this is the first step towards lasting peace.
Been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.